Bonjour tout le monde, comment allez-vous? Vous allez bien? Oui? Donc, bienvenue. Et aujourd'hui, c'est la vidéo, c'est la vidéo 10. C'est la 10e vidéo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. La 10e vidéo de notre cours de français pour les débutants. Donc, bienvenue. Welcome. So, what are we going to look at today? Qu'est-ce que nous allons étudier aujourd'hui? Qu'est-ce que nous allons regarder? What are we going to see? What are we going to study? So, on the handout from this week's class, sur la page 3, sur la 3e page, ici, nous avons un verbe très utile, mais assez irrégulier. So we have quite an irregular but a very useful verb. So it's the verb devoir. So let me show you on this sheet. So just concentrate on this bit here for a sec. Devoir, devoir. To have to, must, or to owe. Why does it mean three different things there? So to have to and must are quite similar, like I must go now, I have to leave, I have to do my homework. It's like an obligation. To owe, it can be used when you say you owe someone money, or you owe them a drink, or you owe them a favour, or something like that. So we're going to concentrate mainly on the use as to have to do something. So to begin with, let's have a look at the conjugation, shall we? On y va. Voilà. Ça, c'est le verbe à l'infinitif. So that's the infinitive verb. Voilà. There's the stem. Well, there are the endings. Look, it's an IR verb. And if you normally take off the ending, it leaves you with the stem. However, bear in mind, this is a very irregular verb. Hence, not many of the conjugations, maybe these two, but the other ones, not many of them, really relate to this in terms of structure and spelling. So, chair a little bit further forward so I don't fall off it. Okay, let's have a look at how you pronounce it. So, répétez après moi si vous voulez. Je dois. Je dois. That means I have to, or I must do something. Tu dois. Tu dois. Il doit. Elle doit. So, all of these sound exactly the same. Doit, doit, doit. On ne prononce pas le S. On ne prononce pas le T. Doit, doit, doit. Okay, so, je dois, par exemple, je dois aller maintenant. Je dois aller maintenant. Je dois partir. I need to leave, I need to go now. Ok, très bien. Je dois, tu dois, il, elle doit. Let's look at the plural forms. Nous devons. Nous devons. Vous devez. Vous devez. Ils, elles doivent. Let me make this a little bit squarer. Ils doivent. Elles doivent. They have to. They must. Par exemple, ils doivent faire leur devoir. They have to faire leur devoir. They have to do their homework. So the confusing thing about that word, faire les devoirs, if you like, or faire leur devoir, is this word, devoir, as in homework. Well, can you see why I've put that word in there? Les devoirs, that's the noun, homework. It's a plural noun in French, it's singular in English. Homework, and then the verb that we're looking at the moment is the verb devoir. So that's the verb form, that's the noun. So les devoirs, homeworks, are something that you have to do, you're obligated to do if you're at school or university, I suppose. So, ils doivent faire leur devoir. They have to do their homework. Quite a useful phrase to remember. Let's have a think. Nous devons partir demain matin. We have to leave tomorrow morning. Nous devons partir, to leave, demain matin, tomorrow morning. So, to have to or must in English, there's sort of two ways you can translate it. You could also sort of translate it into English as I need to, because it's something that you have to do, you're obligated to do. Okay, let's have a look at some examples of this written down. Here's a question. It's in the to format, and if you remember, questions, you can invert the verb, so there's the verb in the to form, tu dois, so we've got dois and then tu with a hyphen, so that tells you that what follows is a question. Dois-tu parler avec Marcel? So how would we translate that into English, that question, using the verb to have to or must? Dois-tu parler avec Marcel? We would probably say, do you have to speak with Marcel? Have you got to speak with Marcel? Must you speak with Marcel? So there's like a few different ways you can translate that in English. Okay, here's one. Je dois chanter. I have to sing. It's something I must do. I must sing. I have to. I feel obligated. Maybe I want to. I have to do it, you know? Je dois chanter. So let's have a look at some examples from the handout you had in class. So maybe move it over here so you can see. Okay, here's a good one. Je dois trouver mon portefeuille. Je dois trouver mon portefeuille. Je dois trouver. What's that bit there? Je dois trouver. I have to. What do I have to do? Trouver. I have to find. Yeah, I have to find. What do I have to find? Mon portefeuille. Portefeuille. That means wallet. I wish I had my. Maybe I have my wallet here. Oh, j'ai trouvé mon portefeuille. Well, my purse, if you like. Portefeuille. So, portefeuille is something that holds. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Une feuille. Feuille. Par exemple, vous pouvez avoir une feuille de papier. Les feuilles des fleurs ou les feuilles d'un arbre. So, feuille can mean a couple of different things. It's quite difficult to pronounce the feuille. It can mean a sheet, as in a sheet of paper, or it could mean a leaf, like the leaf on a tree or a plant. It can also mean, can also sort of refer to the notes or the sheets that you keep in your wallet. So portefeuille, it's like referring to something that holds your notes, your cash, your money. Wallet. Je dois trouver mon portefeuille. I have to find my wallet. Très bien. Let's have a look at one. Let's have a look at some of the ones in English and you think about how you'd say them in French. Comment dit-on? And I'll show you the conjugations so you've got them to hand. Les voilà, there they are. So, let me find one. So, I have to go. Comment dit-on en français? I have to go. I must go. So, this is what we need to use. Je dois. I must go. So what we can do is we can follow this. Alors j'utilise le stylo rouge par exemple. I must go. We just add the verb aller in its full infinitive form. Very useful. Je dois is one of these verbs that you can conjugate any of the forms depending on different subjects, and then follow it with an infinitive. Let's have another example. She must buy. She must buy some flowers. She must buy. She. So we need elle doit. Elle doit acheter. Acheter. Okay. Some flowers. Some. Not sunflowers, but some. Des fleurs. Très bien. Des means some in the plural. So fleur is plural, so acheter des fleurs means buy some flowers. Okay, very nice. Let's have a think. Do you have to go now? Do you have to go now? So if we're asking a question, we could ask it, if it's a you question, as opposed to a he or she, is she, does she have to? It's a you question. So as soon as you hear the word you and you have to in your head and you have to translate it, you've got two options. You can either use the to form, which is informal, it's also singular, asking a single person that you kind of know or familiar with, or someone your kind of age. Or you can use the vous form, which is probably the easiest one to default to because it's also the polite and it can also be plural. So this is a good default. So a question in the vous form. What was the question? Okay, must you all go now? Must you all go now? Vous devez. What was to go? Yeah, aller. Vous devez aller now. How do I say now? Maintenant. Oui. Maintenant. How do we make that a question? Well, we can just put a question mark. Or we can use our intonation. Vous devez aller maintenant? Vous devez aller maintenant? Do you have to go now? There's another way we can do it, isn't there? So instead of just sort of keeping it in the same order as a statement and using our intonation, we can invert the verb and the subject. Devez-vous aller maintenant? Oh, devez-vous aller maintenant? Oui, nous devons aller maintenant. Maintenant, nous devons aller. We have to go. You could also use the verb partir, which means to leave, as in not to leave something somewhere, like a wallet or a phone. It means to depart, like to leave the place. So, we have to leave. Nous devons partir. We have to, or we must leave. Oh, it's windy outside. I think there's a storm brewing this weekend. Donc attention, parce qu'il y a du vent. So it's quite funny because we were looking at the beginning of this week's lesson, we were looking at lots of weather phrases. Par exemple, ce soir, so this evening, il y a beaucoup de vent, il y a des nuages, il fait froid. Maybe I say that il fait froid. It does cold. That's how we say it in French. We don't say il est froid, we say il fait froid. Il y a du vent, il y a des nuages, il fait froid et il pleut. En plus, furthermore, il pleut. So not great weather. So if I wanted to say it's poor weather, il fait mauvais. So all of these students who came to my class, you can find them on page 1, page 2. Okay, you spent quite a long time doing it, so you're probably fed up of it right now. Donc oui, il faut faire attention parce que il fait mauvais. You have to be careful, like if you're driving or if you're travelling this weekend, because there's very poor weather, so be careful. Attention. Let's have a look at one more example. Oui, here's one. Les enfants, so this is in French, you have to tell me what it means in English. Les enfants doivent manger les légumes. Les enfants doivent manger les légumes. Children, or the children, must eat their vegetables, or the vegetables. Oui, c'est des bons conseils. Good advice. So that's the verb devoir, followed by an infinitive verb. And when it's followed by an infinitive verb, it means to have to do something or must. You can also make it negative, remember. I must not do something. Je ne dois pas aller. I must not go. Tu ne dois pas parler avec eux. You must not speak with them. Nous ne devons pas acheter cette voiture. We must not buy that car. Il doit. Oh, it's very hard to think of stuff on the spot. Il doit faire les devoirs. Remember that one? Faire les devoirs? To do your homework. So he has to do his homework. If you use the verb followed by a noun, for example, I'll use the il or elle version. Il doit 5 euros à Michel. He owes 5 euros to Michel. Nous devons 10 euros au propriétaire de l'hôtel. We owe 10 euros to the owner of the hotel. Nous devons 10 euros au propriétaire de l'hôtel, to the owner of the hotel. So this is something we've seen before. Oh, let me show you. Nous, oh, here I am. Nous devons, we owe, 10 euros au propriétaire de l'hôtel. Oh, do you know what we've also got in this sentence actually as well? Is de L apostrophe. So let's have a look at it. Nous devons, we owe 10 euros. So that's following it with a noun phrase rather than an infinitive verb. Au propriétaire, that means to the, so le propriétaire, it's a male owner, de l'hôtel, of the hotel. So that's nice because it brings a few kind of aspects of the language together in one sentence. So, par exemple, vous, vous me devez 50 livres. 50 livres. 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 livres. Qu'est-ce que c'est une livre? Une livre. That's not the book I'm talking about. Ce n'est pas un livre, c'est une livre. C'est une livre. So une livre is a pound, as in a pound sterling. Donc vous me devez, you owe me. Vous me devez 5 livres. You owe me £5. You owe me a fiver. So you can use that to mean to owe. Combien je vous dois? Combien je vous dois? How much do I owe you? Yeah, I'll just show you how that works, and then I'll wrap this up. Combien? That means how much or how many. Je vous dois. Oh, sorry, I'm off screen. Combien je vous dois? How much I owe to you. Combien je vous dois? Vous me devez 50 livres. You owe me 50 quid. You owe me £50. 50 livres. So you probably remember the numbers that we've done, especially numbers up to 100. I've sent you a nice link that you can do if you want to practice numbers up to 100 and even beyond. Really useful link if you've got the time and the inclination. Numbers take a long time to master, and they can be confusing, so don't worry too much about it. Okay, so to finish, I'd like to just remind you, sorry about that noise, that on the back of this week's handout you have a lovely page full of very useful verbs in the present tense. You've got être, avoir, modal verbs, irregular verbs of movement, things like aller, venir, sortir. Lots of regular ER verbs, they're my favourite because they're nice and easy. Very regular, following the patterns. You've got RE verbs and irregular ones, IR verbs and irregular IR verbs. So study that if you can, make copies of it, take a photo of it, keep it on your phone, really useful. Remember that you can make any of these negative just by putting a nous and a pas in front of the conjugations. So that's that. And then really the last thing was to say thank you very much for your attention and your time during the last 10 weeks. You've been fantastic students. It's been a pleasure. C'est mon plaisir de vous enseigner. It's my pleasure. And so you mentioned would I be doing a follow-on course, and as I discussed in the last lesson this week, yes, I've organised that for you. So if you'd like, you can come along to my 6-week follow-on course, which will look at le passé composé. So that's one of the French past tenses. That's saying things like I ate, we went, we bought, I wanted, we talked, asking questions and answering questions in the past tense, like what did you eat today? Where did you go yesterday? That kind of thing. Very useful. So this course starts on Wednesday the 27th of March 2019 at the same venue. So it's quite soon, under 2 weeks. You need to let me know as soon as possible if you can come along. And then this is a bespoke course, so it should hopefully fit in with your schedules and give you a chance before you go away to France to get not just the present tense consolidated in your head, but also some really useful past tenses, so you're not restricted. You know, it'll make your conversations easier with French people. So that goes on every Wednesday from the 27th of March until the 1st of May. Anyone who's been on one of my previous French for Beginners courses is more than welcome. So we might get a few extra people, or it could just be the group who said they'd like to come along so far. So look out for that in my email to you, and in the meantime, bon week-end, merci beaucoup, et à la prochaine fois. See you next time. Au revoir.